I also think that maybe, you know, that's like a game 4 thing.
It might have been a bridge too far or something like that. Renata going to come in, and so going to be able to deal with the Rakan relatively effectively.
Why?
What does it all mean?
Keen is playing on the range, right? Like,
he is, yeah. All right, Canyon will be just completing his next full clear. That is going to be the Gromp going down. We'll see whether he does actually elect to go for anything. As we can see, the Mountain Drake has already been started by T1. Owner in position.
Yeah, we have kind of opposite stories here, where on Gen.G, Keen is going to try and apply as much pressure in lane as he can.
Sometimes all you need to do is throw a rock at it, and that's going to solve your problems. I wouldn't use that at all in real
Great life advice, sadly.
Yeah, not very good life advice. As Chovy not wanting to face check Faker, who's charming, but not charming enough against this guy's Zia. And Owner will be able to secure the majority of the grubs in the end. So that is going to be kill credit. 2 objectives already done.
Looking for a punish here towards Doran. Wanting to let this dragon go. Knows T1 is always going to play for that.
Yep. Over he goes. Canyon just going to drive the Scion back. And remember, he used the ulti to get to lane. So he's just going to get impaled and destroyed. That's going to be first blood going over to Canyon. They do trade the dragon for it. But as you said, maybe not necessary to exactly fight for that one. As another Chemtech or Orcs, what the heck, dude? You're in the space right now.
You know, in a much more spot. I think that generally those games are slower. And then in game 5, it's the pressure. Faker
he just slammed into the wall. The impale as well. He had absolutely no option. Nothing he was allowed to do. Explodes on the other side of the map is kind of, I assume, what they're going to try and do here. As the charm is going to connect onto Canyon, who's looking to drive away. Faker gets in front of him. Great handshake to keep him in position. But not too much more is going to come through. And this is what happens when he takes all of the kills. It's going to be a charm connecting. Chains of Corruption come down as well with the target presented. And Keen, he's definitely killable as out goes Owner. And they're able to just take the Jace from underneath the unkillable Skarner.
Thinking, well, Canyon's out. I should be fine as well. The re-engage.
Oh dear, Duro flashing for it. Does find the charm. Hostile takeover is fantastic though as Owner possibly separated, but in goes Chovy. Gumayushi not going to get bailed out of this one as Owner gets on top of the Emperor. And the knock-up is there. The 1-2 punches from Gen.G are continuing as finally down goes the Skarner. But I don't know whether Doran is going to be able to do much more. The flash comes out from Chovy to answer. The flash forward from Doran. And Gen.G will find the team fight victory, and the Rift Herald wasn't even taken.
Trade that I think Gen.G are going to be really happy with. Also, a lot of sums used, and that means no flash for Guma. That's a great fight.
We are fighting immediately as Owner goes in. Already Keen is down, and there goes Duro as well. Out will go Gen.G. They're trying to escape, but Faker, he is just spirit rushing after Chovy. The charm once again going to miss, and it's a 2-man impale, but there's no one left. Owner will finally, will finally come in to try and hit Owner, but Ruler's out. He realizes that it's getting too hot in the kitchen as the flash charm doesn't land. And Chovy will be able to make it out alive. My God, okay, Chovy goes in! He finds Gumayushi and he's looking to try and make his way out those grass backs. Really working overtime, but now he may have put his team in an uncomfortable position. It's Ruler versus 4, and T1 are still running away. You're exactly right, that Featherstorm is so powerful here. Okay, it wasn't Alfred in that move, dude. He was in a different one.
That's fine, it's the same character.
Yeah, fair enough.
So much. So it starts off disaster.
It's going to be attempted again. The amount of ground we got as far as objectives were concerned was 0. But now Team 1 with the positional advantage, they will be able to take it down. The Dragon was secured by Gen.G. That's all he wants to do, actually, Chronicler. The problem is he might be in range of the Frozen Heart, which could be a problem. Charm is going to come on through as Owner is going to be discovered here as Canyon holds him in place, but this is just a 1v1 happening in 2 different spots. Emperor's Divide to get rid of him as Chovy says, get away from me. And he says yes. Crescent Guard going to keep Owner alive, and in the end, it's a stalemate.
What I want to highlight, though, is that even though that fight ended up feeling good for Gen.G, because of the kills at the beginning, the gold lead still shrunk. Right after that whole sequence, this, though, with Owner not having his ultimate to have it to back, I think this Otacon is always going to be gone.
Yep, there's a train.
It's the fight afterwards, though.
You're exactly right. So it should be This Otacon going down, but there is the flash forward. A phenomenal knock-up from Doran, and he's getting in amongst it. Canyon trying to drive his way out. Let's see whether Ruler can keep himself alive as the Featherstorm comes in. He flashes away. Will he have the Blade Caller? That's the question. As Gumayusi's underneath the turret, he's got the bailout. He is still going to die, as now Keen is trying to get the work done. And yes, you got the Otacon, but it's a 1 for 3.
Win if Gen.G gets to use the fighting. This time Chovy is just caught, not ready. And there's no smite, so the objective goes to Gen.G, but the mid lane turret falls. The kills are traded, and T1 rather do a great job of making this gold lead just a little bit smaller as Canyon.
Yeah, looks for the Impale.
Point going over.
Yeah.
T1 not giving them an open, went down to 1.
Down to 1, yeah. The Charm is going to miss once again, though, as now fight on a couple of different fronts, as flipping in is Keen and trying to throw away Doran, but he's a brick wall. And now the knockup comes through again, but if you're engaging onto the Scion, it's what T1 wants, unless they're not able to find an inroad. And Doran, he'll try to get bailed out. They will take the Rakan, and the bailout actually works. And now Chovy's trying to free hit. Owner is down so incredibly low. The Shock Plus, they're going to defend him. But still this turret is going to fall. Chovy trying to find the Sand Soldier damage. And they clear out the minion wave. And T1 will be sticking around. It's a 1 for nothing in favor of T1. They take the Dragon as well. They're trading up. The gold is still there for Gen.G. But T1 are still getting what they want in this game.
It's a thriller Atlas. Canyon still as his Impale is going to try and deliver Owner. Yep, that's
beautiful, beautiful Impale. Still Keen's going to get traded. It's just trades everywhere. Faker able to pick that one up. Now the hostile takeover just zoning them away. Ruler doing a fair bit of damage here as they're just looking to steal away a bread buff. They will be able to do that as Faker just cannot jump Chovy today. He can't do it. Canyon goes in. He's going to go out via the Death Chamber, and Chovy will find an Emperor's Divide onto 3, but doesn't get Guma, and he will take him down. Ruler here going to have to use a max range ulti, avoiding Faker's damage as well, as Ruler's positioning has been fantastic. But that Blade Caller could have been better. And Gen.G, they will keep a couple alive, but once again, it's a great trade for
those 3 dragons. And Gen.G, if they can get an actual team fight where they can use the power, there it is. Lord Dom's done for Ruler now.
Tower goes down in the mid lane as well, so inner turret now missing. Going to extend that gold lead. As Keen wanting to take some pot shots if he can. But look at this, the Doran stand in front of it tactic.
Yeah, they do need Chovy or Ruler. No one else is going to
carry on. So flash forward as Faker is caught out, and they dive on top of him, but the counter knockup's a fantastic Emperor's Divide. Only onto Owner is good for T1 as Gumayusi looking to get bailed out, and it's going to work. And the charm this time lands. Double kill for Gumayusi, and T1 just leave them in the dirt. Ruler's wondering what the heck happened. And he will use his ult, he will try, but the blade calls nothing. And T1 say it's Baron time.
I'm shocked. I thought they were going to actually look for the end. I've seen T1 do this a million times, but no, instead, they play it safe. We go for Baron, we go for Soul, as Gen.G. That ult from Carrier, I think, ends up being the game decider. This Renata has been such an incredible nuisance for Gen.G. I want you to look at the health bars and the bailout value.
Finding gold the entire game, but that stops now, as it is over 4,000 the lead for them at this stage.
Oh, the win streak of Gen.G.
Yep, remember 18 games and past this. As T1 here in this first game are looking poised to win. Charm going to go wide as Chovy finds 3! The Impale does as well, and Ruler is just able to free hit. Down goes Gumayusi. They deal with the turret, but Doran is so incredibly low. Chovy is still going to die in this fight. Canyon is just trying to keep them interested as T1 look to back away. Said was the situation isn't that bad. That's basically what he said.
It's true.
He's going to find a Charm. This situation's bad, but if you're a Gen.G fan, as they eliminate the jungler, as he's all the way in. Owner taking some shock blast damage, but he doesn't really care about it too much. Remember, Chemtech Soul going to be powerful here as T1 wastes no time. They've started this up. Doran just trying to stand in front. It's looking a little 50-50-ish for now.
He's on the ward.
Yeah, spotted on a flank angle, but they also know he's there because they just got hit by a shock blast.
Are we flipping? Are we flipping?
Oh god, we are. We're flipping. It's going to be Canyon that locks down the Dragon. Owner is in so much trouble. Empress Divide picks them all up, and it's Gen.G that finds the value. Chovy can rest easy now as 4 are lying on the floor, and Doran is not going to be able to do it alone. Gen.G not going to be broken in their win streak. They'll move it to 19 instead.
The hardest part of any story is the ending.
It's not even the end, Chronicler.
No, I mean of this game.
It's game 1 of regular season Gen.G versus T1 round 2.
Oh my god. No, but like, that can't be. It's just a flip. Canyon wins. The game is done.
Do you know what it was, Chronicler? It was a flip. Canyon wins. And that's game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nexus will be taken down.
T1 have a composition that excel at just taking out Jin. So the rest of Gen.G is going to have to do some lifting in the damage. But I want to see Sunfires. I want to see Canyon building a lot of damage. I want to see Chovy with an aggressive build. Well, because Keen and Chovy both want to base.
Yeah,
Chovy's not being allowed to base. Yeah, this Dragon is not going.
Arrow.
Not happening.
Will fly down and it does just, you know, they scout the river. And that is just going to be thanks for the leash for T1. Canyon? Wait a second. Oh my god, no, you're not allowed to do that. Well, you're not allowed to get away. That is absolutely true. And in fact, it is. As the teleport comes in from the Galio, and Chovy finds the Justice Punch. There's a great Cyclone, but a good Pulverize is there as well.
I don't know. Wait until we have like 2 items and then we can maybe play the game.
Chovy's under the turret. Okay, curtains. Faker. Gonna get hit by the last one as Chovy flashes for it and shuts down the goat. And also had a cow waiting at the wings.
Number 1. Guma doesn't have his though. But yeah, Gen.G's just like, nope.
Yep.
They have time, right? Like, because that steal, they're not in any pressure at all, which is why Atlas, previous game, felt like there was build-up, and then all of a sudden it exploded.
Oh, there it is. There's the Rumble on the bottom side of the map. As Gumayushi going to get headbutted, takes an arrow straight to the face. Doesn't actually have to use the ulti, though. That's kind of a big deal. I was expecting him to maybe be forced to use that by overextending a little.
Oh, this comp is hard to engage into. Keria is also looking for a cancel on the ultimate for Keen, I'm sure.
The Rumble very far away, but Faker can also cancel the ultimate, depending on how well they position themselves. Is okay. Equalizer doing basically nothing. Shockwave onto 3, though. That's fantastic, but still, Keen able to burn them down. The Rift Herald going to be secured as Canyon picks up the eye. Chovy might be the sacrifice as he looks to try and Justice Punch his way forward as Canyon just calls himself a taxi and gets the heck out of there. Oh my, are you gonna go for a charge as well? Takes the turret, and he's still gonna die. Gets a flash out from Keria. Oh, you get back into, you are not allowed to do that. And he's not, he's still going to die.
Look at his face.
God, that was amazing. Yeah, look at that grin. Abilities, right? Like right now, he is largely lethality with the Ghost Blade now done. As Keen just going to be breathing some fire.
That's Prio. Can TP to the wave or to one of the traps. Oh, they're gonna
wait a second.
Look for the cross map.
It's the Faker Global Taunt. The train is being called. The Brittle comes through. He flashes and still gets knocked up. Collects them with the Shockwave, but doesn't really matter here as T1 will look for the first Cloud Drake of the game. They'll get that, but it's only their second Dragon. Gen.G, they get their prize. They're looking to lock down even more as the Otacon is being started.
Keen and Chovy, or Chovy's here. Keen has TP. He's gonna back first, but Canyon did ult.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
Oh, Ruler has ult though. They're squishy. Oh yeah, they're gonna go for this fight.
Yep, teleport going to come in. Canyon, not quite close enough, but still, arrow connects onto Chovy. Let's see, there's some brilliant knockup. Another one, four-man. The jumping castle has been picked up, and there is the Otacon secured by T1, but can they get anyone out alive? Keria, that's a no. Doran, that's also a no. But at least Gumayushi and Ona will stay standing, and they have the permanent buff
ultimates, which outside of the top one on Faker have universally just not been great. I'm fine. He's fine. He's okay. Duro's on the flank.
He is.
They know.
Who's on the flank?
Well, he's ult, so...
Well, he's going to have to ult. He will do that. Finds a pulverize. There's the deadly flourish. It's Canyon waiting in the brush. He's like, buddy, I think you might be dead. He's going to have to flash. Does get out of the way. Hawkshot spots out the rest of Gen.G are there. And so Duro just slowly goes through every cooldown.
They do get soul point for Gen.G. It's just a Dragon. Oh, T1. That's a T1 bear. They definitely know, though, so I don't think he can really do this. And now I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, somewhat deep
probably
is
to actually
play. Keen is a difficult target to do damage to. They haven't done any yet. Oh, there it is, a little bit.
Well, his magic damage shield doesn't take any, but he does.
And there's Grand Starfall. There is also the heroic entrance. So, well, yeah, the more items that Ruler gets, the more scary things do become, especially when he does have this build that's going to be legitimately able to do damage.
Keen is on a flank angle on the Ornn. You have to be a little bit tricky about it because Keria otherwise can cancel it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. They just want to get the door. They want to get the door so bad.
Well, Keria isn't putting it up, but that does mean he's taking a lot of damage.
Yep, and he can't put it up, right? Especially not with Keen out of vision. Gonna get breathed on here by Ona just a little bit. The rest of T1 coming on over, trying to offer the damage if they can. Canyon wanting to assist, and he gets over the wall. There's the Cyclone. Canyon flashes out, takes so much damage, as now Keen calls the Ram, and of course Kerry is there to block it. The Dragon is gonna get taken, and the Curtain Call is just gonna be unanswered. A four-man knockup yet again, as the heroic entrance this time does nothing, and the Justice Punch is blocked. Gen.G, they lose their Gargoyle. But it's just Gargoyle for Dragon. It's elemental animal in trade for one another. And once again, we have a relatively even trade. Absolutely not. As Chovy going to be able to pick up this wave towards the bottom side of the map.
So Soul is imminent now for Gen.G.
Yep.
But they don't have it yet. And also, unlike an Infernal Soul or Hex stack, I don't think this wins you the game automatically.
Oh no. It doesn't solve the damage issues. It gives them positional options, absolutely. And of course, like, Chovy from here on out is probably just going to be building damage, right? So the Galio is going to get more and more scary, but Keen is going to get less and less relevant as far as his damage is concerned. Ruler does have the Lord Dom.
Oh, the window.
Yeah.
Here for T1, Canyon might have to sacrifice his life.
Well, there is the Grand Starfall. Okay, Call of the Forge God as well, gets a triple knockup, and the steal on the Baron for Canyon at the same time. He's got a GA, the curtains are being called, and maybe it's on more than just this Baron fight. Maybe this is the game winner, as Faker is getting encroached on, will get taken down, and Doran, he only has a sliver left, and the Deadly Flourish, it's named pretty well, but that last bullet, that's going to do it, and the poor man with a door is unable to hold it here for T1.
Who needs more damage dealers when you have Ruler on the chin? So much damage, but for me, those steals from Canyon Atlas.
My
the
goodness.
Timing, absolutely perfect.
And this time around, the Braum wasn't there. He wasn't there to block the train. And Gen.G, they just drove right over the top of T1. They'll take down these Nexus turrets. They will move their record here, their LCK record, to 20 games in a row. And they will continue to make history here in the LCK. They are not stopping here today.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.